Happy Friday, everyone. This is Alex Tardy, National Weather Service office. Hey, we got another storm coming in for the weekend, though this does not look like a major or significant storm. Still, it'll bring cooler weather, scattered precipitation, breezy conditions, and also some mountain snowfall. So keep that in mind for weekend travel and outdoor activities. Let's take a look at this incoming storm. So first I want to recap the winter. So we're almost out of the winter, almost out of the rainy season. This could be our last storm, or maybe we'll see another one in late April and another in May, which is not unusual for spring. This shows here the precipitation compared to normal, and the south has really been picked on along the coast, where precipitation has been above normal, as much as 130% above normal. Now we're still lacking precipitation in the Sierra Nevada and also in the desert areas, but clearly the coast of California has been average to a little bit above average, especially in Southern California. All right, here's a look at precipitation across California averaged together. So this is mountains, deserts, valleys, coast. You can see overall in California this past year, 2023-24, is just a little bit above average. And it's also less than what we saw last year. Now, if we look at Southern California, and this matches the maps we showed earlier with 130 to 140% of normal, the Southern California region was considerably higher than the 30-year average. The blue line shows here. Not one of the wettest years, but above average for sure. If we look at it in a time series here, we can see that this most recent year is a little drop off across Southern California compared to last year. The numbers are also shown in the table below. Now, if we look across California, the entire region, you can see the same thing. This year is considerably less than last year, so a little drop off, even though, as shown, it's above normal. Okay, what are the highlights for the incoming storm? 2 waves this weekend. Looks like Saturday afternoon and Sunday afternoon and evening. Scattered precipitation with those waves of moisture coming through. It'll increase the winds too. Snow levels will lower with the colder air coming in over the weekend, so keep that in mind for mountain travel. Colder temperatures everywhere, so temperatures will be below average. The main windy conditions will be over the water, and then especially over the mountain passes and into the deserts. So if traveling the deserts, expect windy conditions in the afternoons and evenings coming from the west-northwest. Much drier conditions with warming next week as we end this precipitation round by Sunday night. Cooler weather, here's a look at it for Saturday. Temperatures will be below average, not getting above 50 in the mountains, and really not getting above 65 for the coast and valleys. Still warm in the deserts though, but remember the wind picks up and brings that initial cooling late Saturday afternoon. Now on Sunday, you can see the deserts do cool down with that stronger wind that comes through with the first wave of moisture, and it's even colder in the mountains and a little bit colder even for the coast and valley on Sunday. So a fairly chilly day, below average temperatures across the area for this weekend. Now what's causing this? I mentioned 2 waves. So the first wave is going to come in Saturday afternoon. That's going to push a cold front through. First round of precipitation Saturday, mid to late afternoon from west to east, following that yellow line. But do note that much of the energy with this storm goes to our north. Now on Sunday, the second part of the storm comes through, and we get a little more into the colder air on Sunday, so a little lower snow levels on Sunday. That round of precipitation won't occur until the afternoon on Sunday, as shown here, when the main storm system is overhead. But by far and large, the main energy of the system is staying to our north. Now we can also see this on the atmospheric river chart here. The prediction is for a atmospheric river well defined to move into the Bay Area and Central California on Saturday. But when you get into later in the day on Saturday, you can see it gets very thin and almost completely disappears as it approaches Southern California. Okay, statewide precipitation expected is shown here. Another storm to blanket the entire state, but not with huge amounts, and certainly less than what we've seen already in April. Here's a zoomed up view of Southern California. You can see with most of the energy going to our north, as I showed earlier, that's where the heavier precipitation is with the leftover atmospheric river and the main storm track going to our north across Ventura and Santa Barbara County. Most of our areas will see a 1/10 of an inch to 1/4 of an inch of rainfall, a little more in the San Gabriels and the San Bernardino Mountains. Not much spilling over in the deserts. Now, snowfall, this is enough to bring chain control and make for icy conditions. We're going to see 2 rounds of snow. Remember, we see a cold front coming through Saturday afternoon, and then we see the final round with the coldest part of the storm, looks like for Sunday afternoon. So please keep in mind if traveling during the afternoon and evening hours over this weekend, some accumulating snowfall. The winds will be a big deal in the deserts, especially Saturday afternoon and evening. So if you're out doing events or traveling into the desert, it will be windy in those areas. Now, even our valleys and coastal areas expect wind gusts of 25 to 30 miles per hour with that cold front Saturday afternoon. Now for Sunday, the wind continues behind the cold front and the main storm moving overhead with a second round of precipitation. So we continue those gusty, strong winds through the mountain passes and deserts, and even some winds of 20 to 30 miles per hour over the water and over the coast. Now the outlook, is this it? Well, for now in mid-April, it looks like we're going to warm up after this storm and we will be dry. So this may not be the last storm in April, but for now, there's not much indication, at least through next week, of anything coming in. So another nice week in store for next week in the middle of April. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great weekend.